Heidi Bellerju.
I don't know about all that. I'll take sweet friend.
And I will tell you, she's as lovable on the inside as she is on the outside. You're going to absolutely adore her. She makes events fun. She makes events fun. You will be attracted to her. You're going to want to do things like her, which is just what the lady is saying. Like, I want to be a part of something special. She is special. So it's our pleasure to introduce Miss Heidi.
Thank you.
All about what everything she needs to know. She learned in kindergarten, right, girlie?
That's right. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I am so honored and thrilled to be with you guys this morning. How's Kansas City? Kansas City in the house. Well, I'm coming to you, and you'll hear the twang a little bit. I am coming from you from the Gulf Coast of Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. We live down on the Gulf Coast, so actually closer to Pensacola than I like to claim Florida a little more than Alabama, but hey, it's all good. So I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled to be here with you guys. I partnered with the doctors 10 years ago. My previous life, I call it BC. That's before cheering. I was a director of education for the Estee Lauder company. So training is in my blood. I love products and obviously love our face crack. My license plate says face crack. I always get lots of stares on that one. But my whole philosophy and really what I try to do, I'm not going to say I'm always good at it, but it's my goal, is to keep things super simple. And I would love to chat with you guys about events, specifically events like a BBL. But truly at the end, I'm going to carry it over to some additional events that you guys could move forward with because, you know, once you do your BBL in your first 2 months, of course you can do them again, but then there are so many other opportunities for super fun events. So when Precious Reinecke asked me the name of this training, and it just kind of came to me. I was having coffee and I said, you know what, it's keep it simple, so why not everything you need to know you learned in kindergarten? And if you go back to that, and I actually printed it out. It's a fun thing to keep in your office as a great reminder, or in your organizer. I mean, your office might be your purse, your office might be your car, but it's just a great reminder to keep things simple. So it's share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess, don't take things that aren't yours, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, wash your hands before you eat, flush, warm cookies and cold milk are good for you, take a nap every afternoon. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands and stick together. And goldfish and hamsters and white mice and even the little seed in your styrofoam cup where you're trying to grow a pumpkin, they all die, and so do we. And that is everything you need to know you learned in kindergarten. So that's your reminder to keep it simple, because certainly when we're talking about the products, it is easy to get caught up in peptides and hyaluronic acid and collagen and elastin and all that good stuff. I did do a daily a while back on multi-med therapy. And I'm all about visuals. You're going to see that in a minute. If you can see my space right now, my daughter was running around helping me grab my visuals. But the visual that I use to explain multi-med therapy, if you've not seen that daily, is a vase or a jar with 3 levels. And in the bottom level are grapes, the next layer are raisins, and then the top level is oatmeal. And it talks about why our doctors use multi-med therapy, because our products go to different areas of the skin. So that's kind of my gig, is using visuals to keep it very, very simple. So you're going to see that with events as well. So let's talk about a BBL. or this would really translate to any event that you might do. Because I'm again, at the end, going to talk about some other events ideas. These are just ideas. You guys are brilliant business owners. You'll come up with your own. And that's what I hope that I'm able to do today, is to spark some creativity and spark some ideas. And then I can't wait to hear what you guys come up with, because you're awesome. All right. So when let's say you're planning a BBL, you're mentoring and you're coaching someone to do their BBL, it can be very intimidating. However, if you make it simple, it's not intimidating at all. All we're trying to do when you explain what a BBL is, we're trying, number one, to get these products in front of a lot of people very quickly. That's all we're trying to do. That's all that a BBL does. I love that our comp plan isn't based on events, but it's simply smart, working smart, not hard, to, at the beginning, get as many people as you can in front of these products. That's an event. Now, I'm not a huge fan just because I'm so hyper and I get easily distracted. But I think it kind of translates no matter somebody's personality. When someone's new, they can be overwhelmed and get distracted. So to that point, I like to keep a BBL pretty small and intimate, especially their first one. And their first one, of course, is their dirt list. So I'm laughing. You cutie right there, you're looking at me on the computer screen. So I'm kind of focusing on you too. You. Because it's weird, because I see all these faces. So again, I'm having to. So the gal in the blue sweater that pulled me up originally. Hi, I'm staring at you. Okay, so don't pick your nose or anything, because I'll totally be off. All right. You're I got my eyes right here. So sometimes it's new, can easily be distracted. So I like for the first BBL to be really small. Or if events are new for you and you don't love events, give yourself a break. You're in kindergarten. Think back to your first day of kindergarten. You're nervous. 5 people. 5 people are a fantastic BBL. It's manageable. I don't think a BBL should be longer than 45 minutes. An hour at the most, but 45 minutes. If you think back to kindergarten, children love structure and they love routines and they love knowing what's next. It makes them feel secure. You as the host and your guests will enjoy having the schedule and the agenda and knowing what's going to happen. Okay, so with that said, 5 people is a perfect number. I wouldn't do more than 10 at a BBL, especially if it's in your home. And what you're going to do, you're going to go into the BBL with a goal. My goal for a newbie or myself when I'm doing a basic event is that everyone leaves with their core regimen and their liquid gold. Say hello to my little friend. So that's the number one goal. You want them to leave with their core regimen and their AHS, okay? You don't think that you have to present the whole lineup, every SKU in Rodan and Fields. You'll be overwhelmed. Your customers will glaze over, and that's when they start asking, now, how long is this going to take me? How many products am I using? Just keep it really simple. And if that's your number one goal, is for them to become a preferred customer and leave with their core regimen and their serum, it's a fantastic sale from a business standpoint. It's also going to give them amazing results. And it gives you things to follow up with and to sell them on their next order. If you sell them a huge bundle and everything on their first order, you're going to be holding their hand a lot because they're going to be overwhelmed. They're not going to be ready to purchase in 60 days. So this is my opinion. my philosophy, I should have given that disclaimer early, but I've done it both ways and I seem to have better luck, and I've seen better luck with my newbies doing it this way. Okay, so we're going to have this BBL. We're going to limit the number, no more than 10. 5 is a perfect number. And what you're going to have are stations. So when your guest arrives, and you're going to let them know this. So the agenda that you send first, I like text. It's immediate, it's easy, and you can copy paste it to everyone that's coming. So what they need to do first is the solution tool before the event. It's crucial and it's critical. And if they haven't done it, you'll know because you get the email copy, and you'll simply respond back and say, I can't wait to see you, girl, but you got to do the solution tool. It's going to take 2 minutes. I'm sorry, it's going to take 20 seconds. Here's the link, and just keep sending them that link again and again, and just tell them that you've got to have that solution tool. Otherwise, they won't know, and you won't know what the doctors recommend when they come to the event. So solution tool has to happen. Okay, now you'll get a copy of that solution tool, and you're going to want to print it out. Okay, so you print out, everyone who's coming, print out their solution tool. Then you're still texting them. So you've got the solution tool. Awesome. All right, I got your solution tool. Don't worry about it for now. You can take a look at it and play on the website, but we're going to, I'll talk more about that when you get to the event. And then you might just say, I'm going to have a glass of wine for you, red or white. So the point is to have some interaction back and forth leading up, the couple of days leading up. So that might be the morning of. I'm going to have some wine. Do you prefer red or white? So I make sure I got your flavor. Or would you prefer a sparkling water in a pretty glass? Whatever. Okay. Then you send them the day of the agenda and what it's going to look like. Remember, that makes them feel safe and it lets them know what's expected. And whoever's hosting, especially if it's a new consultant, it's going to feel so much better because they've got that agenda out there. So the agenda is going to be, this is going to last no more than 45 minutes. At 7 o'clock, when you arrive, I'm going to be, number one, pumped to see you, and I'll squeeze your guts out, and you're just going to check in at the first station. I'm going to have stations, and it's going to be really easy to follow. So I'm going to check you in at the first station, and then we'll move through the station. You'll be out of here ready to go at 7:45. Very important to set that up ahead of time, because otherwise people think it's a drop-in trunk show type thing, maybe that they've been through, maybe they've been to a jewelry or they've been to something else, and they show up anywhere in that. Even if you say it's 7 to 8, they might show up at 7:45. So you want them to know, I want you to be here at 7 o'clock. That's when the shindig and the party and everything gets started. You're going to come right inside. Don't worry about knocking. Just come right inside. I'm going to get you everything you need, and we'll be on our way, and the party will get started. Okay, so then the first station is you have a clipboard for everyone that's coming, okay? Dollar store, easy. Just go to the dollar store, get a bunch of clipboards. On this clipboard, they need a highlighter and a pen. So highlighter, pen, clipboard. On the very first thing they're going to see is a quote. It could be a quote from the doctors. It could be, and it's going to be a skincare quote. You can Google skincare quotes. I did it this morning, and I'm just kind of wrapping my head. I came up with quotes about great skin. One of the first ones was, invest in your skin. It's going to represent you for a long time. So you just print that out, and it's right there. It's the first thing that they see. Okay, so you hand them their clipboard, and I'll tell you what else is on the clipboard. But once you hand them their clipboard, you say, okay, you're going to go to station number 2. You're going to see a big number 2. It's in the kitchen, and it's where you're going to grab your beverage, whether you're going to have wine. Some of the best events I've seen were water. Water, no food. I don't like food because then it becomes dinner. Then it becomes, they make a plate, they sit down, lots of small talk. It's you want to stay on schedule. So just have their station number 2. Tell them once they get their clipboard, they're going to station number 2. It's in the kitchen. Hang there. Stay tight. Hang there. I'll be there as soon as everybody gets here. I've just got a couple more people to hand clipboards to, and I'll meet you at station number 2. People love this. How often when you go to a party, you're like, where do I put my purse? Where's the bathroom? People like to be told what's next. They like to be told what to do. All right. So I'm not bossy at all, I promise. I'm really not. They've got their highlighter, they've got a pen, they've got a quote. What else is in here? This is something fun to do. You can Google prescription pad. And one of the ones that will come up looks like this, and it says PX at the top for prescription. You can take a marker and make it RF. And then, I know it's so cute, isn't it? And then you've got a blank little prescription pad. It says RF. And what you'll write on there is your core regimen, unblemished. And then in quotes or in parentheses, it says station number 3. And under that, it says active hydration serum, station number 5. Okay. So I'm just showing you guys what's on the clipboard right now. Okay. Under that is the printout of their solution tool. Underneath that is a preferred customer order form. And that's it. So you can see they've got right there what they need. They were welcomed. They go right to station number 2. And you guys get creative, you know, with this, how you do your numbers, whatever. You go to Party City and get cute candles that say 1, 2, 3, 4 for like the birthday cake for age, and you could have those burning at each station so they know the numbers. You know, whatever, you can have fun with that. But once they've got their clipboard, then you send them to station number 2 where they get their beverage. That's where you're going to meet up with them. At station number 2, you're going to welcome them. You know, of course, thank you. You know who these people are. If you don't, if there are any guests, you know, have everybody just introduce themselves, first name, nothing weird. And you say, okay, so now we're going to move to the next station. And you show them on your clipboard where they pick up the quote, and their next station is going to be written there on that prescription pad. So you're going to, and these stations could literally be lined up around your dining room table, because all that's going to be at the station is a regimen. So station number 3 might be unblemished, and it's going to be unblemished box with unblemished products. And then here comes some more of the visuals. I like to put a visual on the regimen. This is just one that I Googled. It's a gal with spot treatment on her face. And she's older. She's got some lines too, because unblemished is aging and acne. My spotless one is a teenager picking her face. Okay. The one for reverse is a picture of the sun. I just Googled these images. The redefine is a pug, a big old wrinkled pug, saggy skin. And then soothe is a Band-Aid. So these are on each of the regimens, and you've got your stations. So obviously you would only have a station, you know what the core regimens are before people get there. That's the beauty of that. You've got that solution tool. So you might have 3 redefined people and 1 unblemished. You can have the rest not at a station, just set up on a sideboard. So you could do a display with all the products on a sideboard, but just have the stations that you need with the core regimen. So they move to their core regimen station, and once everybody gets there, you're going to demonstrate the core regimen. And you're going to say the cool thing about Rodan and Fields, it's like Granimals for adults. I mean, if you can count to 4, you can use these products. You just keep it really simple. And so you have one. So let's say you had a redefine in an unblemished station. So then maybe I would use reverse as my demo. And I'd say, okay, look at your regimen. You pick up your number 1. Everybody's going to pick up the number 1. This is your cleanser. It's going to remove your makeup. It's going to cleanse your skin. Squeaky clean is for dishes, not your face. So your skin is going to just feel good and clean after. It's not going to feel tight. It's awesome. It's a fantastic cleanser. That's your step one. Okay. You're going to massage it in and rinse. You can keep it in the shower. You can use it as a mask. It doubles as a mask. So you can put it on, brush your teeth, go get your coffee in the morning. So you can really go on about this number one. But what am I not talking about? Ingredients. We get all ingredient. They're not there. They just want to clean their face. If they've got more questions about ingredients, they can ask afterwards. And they will. You know that they will. Those that are, they'll ask after. And so you may not even want to open that Pandora's box, you know, with the person that's ingredient looking for everything. You may not even want that discussed in front of everybody else. So just really simple, top level, keep it fun. All right, then you go, okay, so that's your number one. Number two, you pick up the number two and you tell them pick up the number two. Tell them they're welcome to open it, to feel it. Have a little glass container of gauze pads. Talk about why gauze pads are so important. Because if you use a cotton ball, it's going to waste your product. You'll run through it twice as fast. I always know when people are using a cotton pad because they reach out 3 weeks after they purchase their step two and they say, I'm out. And I'm like, you're using a cotton ball or a cotton pad, aren't you? So you've got your gauze pad sitting there and say, grab a gauze pad, shake that number two and put it on your hand. Let them do it. You talk about what that does. That's actually the first step of the medicines. It's beyond a toner. Most toners are just a extra cleansing step. They pH balance the skin, meaning they just keep it feeling good, keep it feeling comfortable. This is actually the first step of the medicines. Again, the cool thing, I don't have to really get into that because the doctors number it, so I do it in the right order. Number two is next, okay? Then you're going to reach for your number three. Have Q-tips or whatever you need right there at the station if it's, you know, redefined jar. Otherwise, they can squirt it on. And then you don't even have to get into the reverse. You don't even get into unblemished if you don't have those people. If you do, you just quickly will say, okay, you purple peeps over there or you blue peeps over there, and just keep it really simple, really top level. All right, that's that next station. Then once you get through with their core regimen, you say, all right, we're going to move now to whatever station it is. It's going to depend on how many regimens you got. But let's just say it's step 5. That's going to be your active hydration station. Now, for some of you, it might be Lash Boost. For some of you, it might be the roller. It just kind of depends. Every event's going to be different. It might be the new product after our launches in September. But I love serum for a BBL and a newbie. And I like a pedestal. So you're going to spotlight this sucker. This is an RF pedestal that came with an event kit. I don't even know where it came from, but you can get these on Amazon, just clear glass plexi pedestal. And you put your active hydration serum, and then I even like to do a spotlight. And it can be funny. It can be a flashlight, but it's shining on it. So it's like, oh, the Mecca product. I love active hydration serum from a business standpoint. It is that one product that's kind of hard to explain, but once you guys know, I mean, I'm speaking to a room of junkies here. You know, once you start using it, you will not be without it. Your customers are the same way. It's the product they never knew they needed, and they will replenish it. It is a guaranteed every 60-day purchase. So that's, again, why I like it to go with the regimen. Now, at that station, what I do, let me show you this. I put on the back of the regimens what active hydration serum does for that person, for that regimen. So for Redefine, it's radiance. So there's just on the back of it, it's just for me to remember. And then I've got visuals. So I might, so at the active hydration station, you're going to move to another area. Maybe it's the coffee table in the den, and everybody sits down and active hydration's on the coffee table. And you got your other regimen sitting there. So you can say, okay, you Redefine Blue Box Peeps. This is going to give you added radiance. For you unblemished peeps, it's going to give you balance. It's on the back of my box, okay? Then I've got a visual for each of them. You guys, this is just what I use. You can get creative with this, but I'm just going to reach to grab mine. Okay, so for unblemished, and this would include spotless, it is balance, because those, I'm an unblemished gal, I struggle with cystic acne. You would never know it though. This is my visual for that. It's oil and water in a glass. I hope you can see. They separate. So when you put hydration serum on your face, it's like giving your skin a drink of water. You're going to see less oil. Your skin is going to be more balanced. You say that to an unblemished or a spotless person, they're going to be like, yep, did you highlight that on my sheet? Perfect. Okay, so good visual there. It's just less than oil and water in a glass. Okay. This is one of my favorites. For the Soothe, you could also do this for Redefine. It's firming. So you pull out your Spanx. So active hydration serum is like Spanx for your face. It firms the skin, it tightens, it's awesome. So you could literally use this for a lot of the regimens, because that's just something active hydration serum does. It firms the skin. Okay, then some saran wrap. It also helps reduce the appearance of pore size. And if you've got lines and wrinkles, it softens them. It's almost like an Instagram or a Photoshop filter for your skin. So it's like taking a piece of saran wrap and just stretching it across your skin, okay? Guys, people are gonna remember the visual. I have customers that say, I need the saran wrap stuff, or I need the girdle. That's how they won't remember the name of it. That's what they're gonna remember. So those visuals that you use to explain it will help to explain it, but it also helps them to remember it. All right, so we've talked about their core regimen. We've talked about their active hydration serum. Now, the final station is their closing station. So on your clipboards, you've got your PC order form. You've already highlighted prior their core regimen and active hydration serum, or whatever your focus product is. And then highlight at the bottom, because you know there's stuff on there that they don't need to fill out. Highlight what you do need from them, okay? So then you move over to the closing station and you say, okay, the best way to order is as a preferred customer. You explain the benefits of the preferred customer program. You tell them that you're going to be their training wheels their first 6 months. You'll check in with them. You'll, all of that good stuff. I love the Penny app. I'm addicted to the Penny app. That's how I manage my preferred customers. So I tell them that I've even got a virtual assistant that helps me manage their account. So no worries. If you know me, I'm not organized, but Penny is. So, they'll laugh at that because they know I'm not organized. So you go to that closing station and you've got everything that you need right there. Now, I also have a gift for them. If they become a preferred customer, you want to have these already put together. If they become a preferred customer today, they're going to leave with a Magalog. I am in love with these things. Every preferred customer should have one. It is the best. I mean, it literally reads like a magazine. It is really their appointment with Dr. Rodan Fields in their PJs, tucked snug as a bug in bed right here. So that's your gift. I've got a Magalog for you. I've got a sample of our microdermabrasion paste for face tucked in there. And I'm going to gift you your gauze pads. Remember, we talked about those gauze pads back at your station. I'm going to gift you your gauze pads. All right, that's their gift. And you can tie it with a big fat bow. I like to do this better than reimbursing the $19.95. You're just planting seeds for another purchase and giving them something fun and tangible. So you got them wrapped, and you've got enough wrapped for everybody that's there. So I've got one for everybody that's here. Fill out that order form. Now, you may be wondering about the business because it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And if you've got questions about the business, I'm going to invite you to stick around for 15 minutes after, and I'd like to chat with you about what this business really looks like, because it's a lot of fun. I don't go into, that's another conversation. I want to talk to them, get to know them a little bit better. If they don't have time to wait 15 minutes, to stay and do 15 minutes, I personally love flipflopceo.com. If you guys have not found that site, flipflopceo.com. Janine Finney wrote it. She was a consultant with Advocare. And it's a simple, easy to read book. Simple. You're going to hear that again. It's like a kindergartner could read this book. Not really, but the pictures are pretty. So if you go to the website, up in the left-hand corner, you can get the first chapter free. I like to print that. I like to print that first chapter. And those that are interested in the business, if they're not going to stay to chat, which is fine, I'm going to send that home with them too. I'm going to send them home with that first chapter of the Flip Flop CEO. I'm going to say, okay, I want you to read this. I'm going to follow up. We're going to schedule some phone time. I like to FaceTime or Zoom because I like to see people's faces when I chat with them. And I don't necessarily meet them, for coffee. I want to show them how easy this business can be from your phone, and that you don't have to meet someone at the coffee shop. So it also shows them how it's a global business, and they can have a partner in Canada because they can do this on the phone. So I also have there 2 copies of the Flip Flop CEO, because if someone does decide when they stay for that 15 minutes, they're going to leave. My gift to them when they enroll as a business partner is going to be a copy of the Flip Flop CEO. Janine does an amazing training, and it's actually on her website, how to use the Flip Flop CEO for new business partners. Okay, so that's my tool there. Now, follow up. The event is over. You want to, of course, send a thank you note, but you can do that through Penny. You want to, in the notes, when you, Penny syncs with your Pulse, so that once they become a preferred customer, in the notes, you can write other things that the solution tool recommended, because they, what they purchased, but then that's your follow-up for them to add on some other items. And, okay, and then the final is that you want to do multiple. If someone's new, coach them. That was easy. Don't tell them before that you need to do multiples of these. Let them get through their first one. Let them get through the first one, and they see that they got customers and that it was easy and it was fun. They say, wasn't that fun? They don't even need you, if it's in another city, to do something this simple and easy. You role play this with them. You can be there if they call you or reach out to you. But you remember, a lot of BBLs, you feel like you have to be there Zooming, and then they're having to fool with Zoom and figure out the AV. I mean, they're scared. So this is a simple event, if you're not there with them, that they can certainly pull off. After it's done, say, all right, let's do another one. Who couldn't come? Who couldn't be here? Reach out to them. Let's get them here next week. Do a couple your first month, and then the second month, it's easy. All those people that bought the first month, you're going to reach out to them and tell them, I'd love to give you a gift. I'm doing another event like you came to. If you bring a friend, if you'll come and support me and bring a friend, I've got a gift for you. And that's your next one's the second month. And then they're set up for back-to-back residual with preferred customers, and they've got people to have conversations with. Okay, so that's a simple event. Now, some ideas, just to wrap it up, I know I'm going over time, but some ideas. Back to school with Spotless. I love to partner up with people. So for Spotless, what I plan to do for back to school in August is to partner with a local yogurt shop. And I'm going to invite the teens, the moms, to bring their teens, come to the yogurt shop. We'll do it 30 minutes before the shop opens for the day or in the morning. They come in, I've got the Spotless set up. the yogurt shop's going to love it because everybody that purchases is going to get a gift card to the yogurt shop. That's going to be my gift to them. So that's my thank you to the place of business. I like to do this with boutiques as well. If you want to do like a girls' night out at a local boutique, you'll say, you know what, I'm going to give away a $50 gift card to your boutique to people that purchase that night. They will love that. It's getting new people into their shop, and you're actually supporting their business as well. I mean, from another standpoint, that business owner is seeing how easy it is to incorporate a Rodan and Fields business into what they're doing. Another would be like a local brow. I wouldn't do a bra event. Brow gal. Have a brow gal come and show, how to do your brows. This is where you start. This is where the art should be. This should be the end. And that's a fun all about eyes event. So you focus on the eye creams, and active hydration in the eye creams. So you can partner with others and really have some fun events, customer appreciation events at Christmas time, and partner with others in the community. If maybe it's a restaurant, a local restaurant that'll host you, and you give away a couple of gift cards to the restaurant. The owners would love that, and they will open their space for you. So that's it. So you keep it simple. I don't want to forget, in the bathroom, keep a jar of active hydration body and put a little note there and say, after you wash your hands, remember, wash your hands in kindergarten. We learned that. This is your hand cream. So invite them to put some hand cream on afterwards, and they'll come walking out talking about, how good their hands feel. Any way you can get the subtle ways to get those products on them. Well, Sarah, I'm sorry. I went over. I'm watching my clock. I went over 8 minutes.
Heidi? And she became famous with her first daily about the grapes and oatmeal. Like, people will come up to her and be like, do the grapes and oatmeal thing. Like, she has 2 really great dailies that I know of. I'm probably more than that, but the one that was a few years ago. But it's base level about multi-med therapy. But then here lately, the reason we even talked about events, she did one, and it talks about this, and it even goes more in depth with, like, in front of the microdermabrasion page, she puts an onion. And they can realize, like, oh, you wouldn't want to put cream on the outside of that peeling onion, right? And so then they would get a hold of her and be like, I want that onion stuff. And she would put a cup of coffee in front of the bright eye, right?
Caffeine, yeah.
And then she had brownies. So, like, maybe this would be the next event. I love the idea of keeping it simple. Like, I am, like, mind blown. So smart, Heidi. As a teacher, I should have known this stuff. I'm kind of embarrassed with myself.
It's all good.
She did caramel brownies. She poked holes in the top of brownies and had caramel on it in front of the roller. So I know, right? And so it just makes so much more sense, and it's fun. You're not jamming the business down their throats. You're giving them the option to have the conversation. It's duplicatable. So all that stuff is in her other dailies. If you look her up on there, you can see that whole thing, and it was so good. You guys have any last questions for her? No, so good. Thank you, Heidi. Amazing. She's not the most adorable thing. Thank you,
Saran wrap.
All this.
Yep.
Okay, guys, we are going to break for lunch now, but before we do that, if 3 people